All right, folks, let's talk about something important. Soft martial law. This isn't your typical martial law with soldiers on every corner and tanks rolling down the streets. No, this is something much more subtle, yet equally powerful. It's not about tanks in the streets or soldiers patrolling every block. Instead, it's about a different kind of presence, one that you might not even notice at first glance. It's sneakier. Think increased surveillance, restrictions on gatherings, checkpoints popping up in places you wouldn't expect. It's about creating an environment where you're always being watched, always being monitored. It's about control, but it's done subtly. You might not see it immediately, but it's there in the background, shaping your behavior and your choices. They're not kicking down your door, but they're tightening the screws. It's a slow, methodical process designed to make you feel just a little bit more constrained, a little bit more watched. This ain't some crazy conspiracy. This is real. It's happening right now in cities and towns all over the world. People are starting to notice, starting to ask questions. We've seen it happen gradually over time. It starts with a few cameras here and there, a few extra police officers on the streets. But then it grows, slowly but surely, and now it's ramping up. More cameras, more checkpoints, more restrictions. It's becoming harder and harder to go about your daily life without feeling like you're under constant surveillance. And it's not just physical surveillance. Our digital lives are under scrutiny too. Every click, every search, every online interaction is being tracked and analyzed. It's a web of control that extends into every aspect of our lives. Policies are being put in place that give authorities more power to monitor and control. These policies are often justified in the name of security, but they come at the cost of our privacy and freedom. History has shown us that when we give up our freedoms for security, we often end up losing both. It's a delicate balance and one that requires constant vigilance. But there is hope. People are speaking out, raising awareness and pushing back against these measures. Community leaders, activists, and everyday citizens are coming together to demand transparency and accountability. Peaceful protests and public forums are becoming more common as people realize the importance of protecting their rights. It's a reminder that we have a voice and we can use it to make a difference. Technology can be a double-edged sword. While it can be used to monitor and control, it can also be used to protect our privacy and enhance our freedoms. Innovative solutions are being developed to help us stay connected while safeguarding our personal information. Education is key. The more we understand about how these systems work, the better equipped we are to protect ourselves. Workshops, books, and online resources are available to help us learn about privacy and security. At the end of the day, it's about community. When we come together, support each other, and stand up for our rights, we can create a society that values both security and freedom. So let's stay informed, stay vigilant, and work together to ensure that our future is one where we can live freely without fear of constant surveillance. Soft power may be subtle, but real control lies in our hands. Thank you for watching. Let's make a difference together. So back in April, there was this executive order. It was signed quietly, almost under the radar, with very little fanfare. The document itself was dense, filled with legal jargon that most people wouldn't bother to read. But its implications were far-reaching. Nobody really talks about it. Mainstream media buried it. You might have seen a brief mention on a late-night news ticker or a small column in the back pages of a newspaper, but that was about it. The big networks and major newspapers didn't give it the attention it deserved. This order basically gives law enforcement more power. We're talking about expanded surveillance capabilities, the ability to detain individuals without immediate cause, and even more discretion in how they enforce the law. It's a significant shift in the balance of power. More leeway to do what they want, when they want. This means that officers on the ground have more autonomy, which can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows them to act swiftly in situations that require immediate attention. On the other hand, it opens the door to potential misuse of authority. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, but this kind of power can be abused. There are many officers who genuinely want to serve and protect their communities. They engage in community policing, build relationships with residents, and work hard to keep everyone safe. But the increased power can be tempting for those who might not have the best intentions. We've all seen those videos, right? The ones that go viral on social media showing encounters between police and civilians that make us question the use of force. These videos are a double-edged sword as well. They bring attention to issues that need to be addressed, but they can also create a climate of fear and mistrust. We need to be aware of what's happening. It's crucial for us as citizens to stay informed and engaged. We need to ask questions, attend community meetings, and hold our leaders accountable. This executive order is just one example of how quickly things can change, and if we're not paying attention, we might not realize the impact until it's too late. So let's stay vigilant and make sure our voices are heard. Imagine this, you're driving to the store, but there's a checkpoint. They're checking IDs, asking where you're going, you want to meet your buddies for a beer, but there are limits on gatherings, protests. Forget about it, it's all under the guise of public safety, but it feels a lot like control. This is the slippery slope we're on. Look, I'm not saying go full-on doomsday prepper here, but it's smart to be prepared. Make sure your important documents are organized and easy to access. Keep your car in good shape, just in case. Have some cash on hand, because you never know when the grid might go down. Section 5, Stocking Up Without Freaking Out. In this section, we're going to talk about how to prepare for emergencies without losing your cool. It's all about being smart and practical, not panicking. No need to build a bunker, but having some extra food and water is just common sense. You don't have to go overboard, but a little preparation can go a long way. Think of it as a safety net for you and your family. Think about it. If there's a storm or a power outage, you're going to want supplies. Imagine being stuck at home with no power and no way to get to the store. Having a few extra items on hand can make a big difference in your comfort and safety. Same goes for any kind of social unrest. We've all seen how quickly store shelves can empty out during times of crisis. By planning ahead, you can avoid the stress and chaos of last-minute shopping. Gradually build up a stash of non-perishable food, water, and essential medications. Start with a few extra cans of food and bottles of water each time you go shopping. Over time, you'll have a well-stocked pantry without breaking the bank. Don't go crazy, just be prepared. It's all about balance. You don't need to hoard supplies, but having a reasonable amount of essentials can give you peace of mind. Make a list of what you need and stick to it. This way, you can ensure you have everything you need without going overboard. Remember to check expiration dates and rotate your stock. Use the oldest items first and replace them with new ones. This way, nothing goes to waste and your supplies stay fresh. Consider creating an emergency kit with all the essentials in one place. Include items like a flashlight, batteries, a first aid kit, and any special needs your family might have. Having everything organized and ready to go can save valuable time in an emergency. Involve your family in the planning process. Make sure everyone knows where the supplies are and what to do in different scenarios. This can help reduce anxiety and ensure everyone is on the same page. Educate yourself on emergency preparedness. There are plenty of resources available, from books to online courses. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be to handle any situation that comes your way. Practice makes perfect. Conduct regular drills with your family to make sure everyone knows what to do. This can help build confidence and ensure that everyone is ready to act quickly and efficiently in an emergency. The goal is to be prepared, not scared. By taking these steps, you can ensure that you and your family are ready for whatever comes your way, without feeling overwhelmed or anxious. It's all about finding that balance and being proactive. So take a deep breath, make a plan, and start stocking up without freaking out. You'll be glad you did. Staying connected when it counts. What happens when the internet goes down? How will you communicate with your loved ones? Think about alternative ways to stay in touch. Maybe it's a ham radio, maybe it's a designated meeting spot. Have a plan, because communication is key in any emergency. Your tribe's strength in numbers. Now, more than ever, we need to stick together, get to know your neighbors, build a sense of community. If things go sideways, you're going to want people you can rely on. Share skills and resources. Maybe someone's got a garden, someone else is a mechanic. We're stronger together. Section 8, knowledge is power, but action creates change. Don't just sit there and take it. Stay informed, educate yourself about your rights, get involved in your community, make your voice heard. Support organizations that are fighting for your freedoms. Knowledge is power, but action creates change. Keep calm and carry on. We got this. Listen, I know it sounds scary, but don't panic. We're not powerless here. By being aware, being prepared, and sticking together, we can navigate these changes. We've faced challenges before, and we'll face them again. Keep calm, stay informed, and we got this.